Now we will see optical windows. In optical transmission, the loss is wavelength dependent. So there is a specific band of wavelength where the signal attenuation is minimum, which is known as optical window or operating window. So in optical transmission system, any optical transmission system, the loss is wavelength dependent. So there is a specific band of wavelengths where the signal attenuation is minimum, which is also known as optical window or operating window. So the wavelength of the operation from the optical window is selected as they offer minimum attenuation. Here we have 3 optical windows. So the graphical representation shows 3 optical windows which can offer minimum signal attenuation. Also relationship between attenuation and wavelength. This is the graph between attenuation versus wavelength. So fiber attenuation dB per kilometer as a function of wavelength. So the first window consists of 800 to 900 nanometer wavelength. In the second window, we have almost 1300 to 1250 to 1320 nanometer, and third window consists of 1400 to 1650 nanometer. If you observe the standard fiber in comparison with all wave fiber, in standard fiber there is a increase in attenuation at 1320 nanometer wavelength, which is due to OH group ions during fabrication process. Due to OH ions, OH ion groups in glass material during fabrication. In the case of all wave fibers, the OH ions, OH group ions has been removed during fabrication process. These optical windows are flat and optically transparent plates that are typically designed to maximize transmission in a specified wavelength range while minimizing the reflection and absorption. They are often used to protect electronic sensors and optical systems in the outside environment. So the first optical window is defined as 800 to 900 nanometer wavelength, where the minimum signal attenuation is 4 dB per kilometer. So in early 1970s, this window was used to operate optical sources and optical detectors. So in early 1970s, this window was used for operation of optical sources and optical detectors. So by reducing the concentration of hydroxyl ions and metallic impurities in the fiber material, in 1980s manufacturers were able to fabricate optical fibers with very low loss in the range of 1100 to 1600 nanometer region. This spectral band is called long wavelength region. So the second optical window is centered at 1310 nanometer, also called as O band, with the attenuation of 0.5 dB per kilometer. So the second optical window is centered at 1310 nanometer wavelength, which is also called as O band, which offers an attenuation of 0.5 dB per kilometer. So in the third optical window, it is centered at 1550 nanometer, also called as C band, with an attenuation of 0.2 dB per kilometer, which is very less compared to first and second windows. First and second windows. So, while designing optical systems for long distance applications, 1550 nanometer is the best wavelength and is preferred because of loss offered at this wavelength is minimum, that is 0.2 dB per kilometer. So, 1550 nanometer wavelength is the best suited for long distance applications due to attenuation constant 0.2 dB per kilometer, which is very less compared to first and second windows. To convert attenuation milliwatts to dBm. So, the power P in dBm is equal to 10 times the base logarithm of the power in milliwatts divided by 1 milliwatt. 1 milliwatt is the reference power with respect to milliwatt, input power with respect to milliwatt. So, power in dBm is equal to 10 log P in milliwatts by 1 milliwatt. Power in dBm is equal to 10 logarithm of P milliwatt by 1 milliwatt. So, 1 milliwatt is equal to 0 dBm, 1 milliwatt is equivalent to 0 dBm. Now, example, convert 20 milliwatt to dBm. So, P dBm is equal to 10 log 20 milliwatt by 1 milliwatt. We will get 13.0103 dBm. 20 milliwatt is equivalent to 13.0103 dBm. This is the conversion between milliwatts to dBm. Let us go for some problems.